Всем привет, меня зовут Виктор, и это Seduce Games, и мы продолжаем проходить Столпы Земли. Даже, скорее всего, заканчиваем. Мне кажется, это уже последняя будет серия, но посмотрим. Итак, мы должны найти связь между Уоллераном и отцом Джека. Угу.
Bishop Waleran is at the center of all this.
Так, отец
Jack's
Джека.
father. If he was still with us, he could be our witness.
Maybe he still can.
Что-то я не понял. И чё? Что делать?
Waleran is a man who thinks of himself, not of others.
Mother says Waleran was behind my father's death.
And she said he wasn't alone. There were 3 men responsible for your father's death. Bishop Waleran, Percy Hamley, back then he was the Sheriff of Shiring, and Prior James of Kingsbridge.
If they were all there, then they were all witnesses.
And only Waleran's still alive.
Hardly a coincidence. Why would these 3 men work together to falsely accuse your father?
Душа выжил с корабля белого, с белого корабля.
He was on the White Ship.
Да.
No one survived that night. No one lived to tell the story.
Yes. He was the sole survivor.
And then they killed him. But why? And what about the ship?
My father wanted to go to England. He was the only one who made it when the White Ship sank.
William Hamley's father?
Hardly a coincidence that the king's heirs all died on that ship. Maybe my father knew what happened. My father survived the sea, but those that were behind the sinking of the ship caught up with him in the end.
Why would Waleran, Percy, and James be concerned about the White Ship?
The son and heir of King Henry was on board. So were other possible heirs and other members of the royal household. I heard that Stephen was supposed to be on the ship as well, but became ill. He was the only male heir. The only threats were the king's daughter Maud and her half-brother Earl Robert, and they've been at war ever since.
And your father, Earl Bartholomew. He was a threat. He tried to stop Stephen and paid for that with his life. Maybe my father saw something on the White Ship. Proof that Stephen was involved.
What about the king?
Stephen always claimed that it had been God's will that he was not on that ship. That he remained as the only male heir.
That wasn't God. I bet Stephen had a hand in the sinking of the ship.
Now imagine what would have happened if he had learned that someone survived. Someone who might have seen what really happened that night.
If the White Ship is involved, then it's likely that Waleran was told by King Stephen to murder your father.
But he was not king back then. Why would Waleran listen to him?
He was promised to become bishop.
Of course.
Remember, Bishop Henry is Stephen's brother, and back then he was already one of the most influential clerics in all of England.
But if Bishop Henry is in on all this, what chance do we have to turn this trial around?
It is a public trial.
Это публичное
All
слушание.
we want is for Philip to go free. We find a witness to expose Waleran.
И где ты его найдешь?
Henry would have to play along to appear innocent.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
It's our best shot.
Ну да. Чтобы эти вот все замять, они этого бишопа и грохнут. Так, свидетель. Приор Джеймс, но он мертв. Перси.
Do you think Stephen would have approached Percy directly?
Не
Because of
думаю.
the White Ship? To help him cover up his tracks?
I don't think so. I think it's more likely that Waleran contacted Percy. just like he did when he wanted Percy to arrest my father. Percy Hamley was poisoned.
One less witness that knew about Waileran.
And Waileran probably wanted William to become Earl. He was easier to control than his father.
What about Regan Hamley? She survived.
She was taken to her townhouse in Winchester. And in her condition, she might not be able to help at all.
So, what about Prior James and Waileran?
Waileran was not yet bishop when the hanging took place. He was archdeacon. Philip told me.
But James still had to do what Waileran told him to?
I think that's very likely.
Так, белый корабль.
Waileran, Percy, and James might have been working for those who sunk the White Ship.
If Stephen was responsible for the sinking of the White Ship, then he may have wanted the only witness of what really happened to disappear.
But he wouldn't have done it himself, of course.
No. Hardly a coincidence that the king's heirs all died on that ship.
Так.
Now, what about Prior
Do you think the king told James to arrest my father?
I find it much more likely that James was instructed to frame your father by Waileran. As Archdeacon, Waileran was much more involved in politics than...
It's possible that King Stephen asked Waileran to kill
I wonder if my father ever learned why he was killed.
Так, белый корабль.
The three people who murdered my father might have worked for someone else.
the King of the English.
Ну да. Блин, чё тут это? Джек Хэмли.
Percy Hamley was the sheriff of Shiring. Well, he could have ordered your father to be hanged.
But he was arrested and held in Kingsbridge first. Prior James claimed that my father had committed theft. James was the prior of Kingsbridge.
That's where they say your father stole the chalice.
But we know that's not true.
As we found it, Philip recognized the chalice.
But Bishop Henry wants a witness. The chalice isn't enough.
But it's an important lead for us.
Ага, вот, сейчас давай чашу нарисуем. Так, теперь у нас есть чаша. Значит, смотри.
Percy did not hide the chalice.
Ну, ее спрятал Джеймс.
James claimed that your father had stolen the chalice and sold it. But instead, James himself hid it in Kingsbridge, in the crypt.
We found his scourge in a bed down there.
That secret chamber is important.
А о ней знал, скорее всего, вот этот пацан.
Do you think Waileran knew about the hidden chamber?
No. If he had known, then he wouldn't have been that surprised when he saw the chalice.
Ага, без него спрятал.
Everyone thought Prior James was dead,
Ремигий.
that he broke into the ice.
Нам нужен Ремигий, ребятки.
Now we know he was hidden away.
Why did his monks believe he was dead?
Ремигий сказал так.
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had found James' rosary by the river. So everyone thought the body had been washed away. They buried an empty casket.
But how is Remigius involved?
Philip told me that Remigius was there when Waileran made Philip prior. Waileran and Remigius knew each other.
That explains why Waileran later made Remigius prior of Shiring.
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. He must have been there at the time my father was arrested. I think Remigius knows all about this.
Is it possible that Waileran told Remigius to make Prior James disappear when James began to talk about what they'd done?
When James started talking to the devil.
But for some reason, Remigius hid him away. But Waileran never knew. Yes, that explains why he really didn't believe you. When you said you had seen James in the fire.
where James died after all. And Remigius thought no one knew.
We have to find Remigius. He's our witness.
Let's hurry. It's getting dark already. The trial will continue soon.
People know
Ремигис
you
дриснул.
two. You shouldn't walk around shiring like that.
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of yourself. And Jonathan,
Yes?
we will talk later about what was said today. About Tom.
All right. Remigius. Now where are you?
Так, где же он? Где же Ремигий? Ширин, костер, большой дом. Это что такое? Дворец епископа, церковь святого Георгия. А еще можно как-то отодвинуть все это дело? Костер. Не, ну это костер.
Everyone left for the trial.
Ну, в трактир он явно не... Хотя... Может и пойдет.
Brothers,
What is it?
have you seen the prior of shiring, Remigius?
We have not. And now step back, brother. We must be done by nightfall.
Большой дом какой-то.
I don't see anyone here.
О, в дворце епископа. Да, кстати, он может быть там. Даже скорее всего он
Hello?
там. Ну-ка. Этот дрищ явно пошел в дворец епископа. Он же с этим ушел.
I should look around here first. Maybe someone saw Remigius.
Да это стопудово, я тебе говорю, там он, иди туда. Вот стопудняк. Ну как ты в толпе отыщешь этого Ремигия? Ну объясни мне. Ну, кстати, спросить можно. Вы не видели, типа, приора?
Have you seen Father Remigius, the prior of shiring?
He was here a moment ago.
Where's he now?
What do you want with him? Yeah, what do you want?
Oh, forget. He was here. No one's home.
Я тебе говорю, он там. Иди туда. Вот я тебе стопудово говорю, что он там.
I should look around here. Maybe someone saw Remigius. There is nobody. There is nobody.
Ну здесь-то я уже был.
No one may approach the pyre.
Why not?
Bishop Henry's orders.
Oh,
Квартал трактиров, сомневаюсь. Зачем ему сюда идти?
hello? They're all gone. I don't see any.
Ну, здесь только большой дом, множество людей, с которыми уже трындели.
No one's home.
Может, просто с ними потрещать?
Do you want to go in for?
No, not yet.
Are you not with Prior?
Yes,
I pray they'll set him.
he's a good man.
He is a...
You're fools! Look at yourselves! Who are you to judge a man who has never hurt anyone?
Forgive them, Father.
We don't judge him, but...
Ага, Ремигий, куда? Стопе! Стопе, дрищ! Я видел, что ты убежал. Я видел тебя, ты убежал.
Remigius? I don't think he's here.
Это
Wait.
этот.
Was that him?
Не, это был этот, который с ним пошел. О, на коня сел, засранец.
I think I saw him.
А ну стой! Стой, говорю! Стой, мудень! Кто это? Мужчина с ребенком.
Have you seen a priest walk through here?
No, sorry.
All right.
Hey,
О, привет!
Yes?
you're Jonathan, right?
Да.
Yes, I am. And who are you?
Never mind. but there's something you should know. Tom Builder. He left you behind because your mother died. He had no way to feed you. He thought he had no other choice.
How do you know all this?
He went looking for you an hour later, but you were gone. And when he finally found you in Kingsbridge, he was there for you ever since. But he thought he'd lost the right to be your father.
Just who are you?
Just remember what I said. I pray they won't burn Philip. He's a good man.
Can we go home, Daddy?
Yes. Let's go home.
Слышь, Ремиги.
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
You had one task.
Душит его. Валим Тома.
Our bishop is very displeased.
No! What are you doing?
I'm doing what is asked of me.
Stop it!
No, stay away. This does not concern you. No!
Who told you to do this?
No one.
Епископ. У нас есть свидетель, который будет все рассказывать, потому что его хотят завалить.
Why did he do this to you?
I will tell you. I will tell everyone.
Бишоп ожидает сюрприз.
Do you have a witness?
Да.
Father Remigius, prior of Shiring.
Where is Timothy? What they told you is true. Bishop Waleran wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to frame him. And so he did. This is a lie! Is it? James lost his mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth. And then you ordered me to kill him. Nonsense.
Let him speak.
I couldn't do it. I hit him, but he died in the fire. Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire, and I buried them. You should put an end to this, Henry. You really should.
Ну, конечно.
Why would I? You should stop this for your own sake. You knew about all this. Why would I care if that jongleur lived or died? Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the White Ship. He saw how your brother's men killed the king's family so that he could take the throne.
Ой-ой-ой.
This is preposterous. Bishop Henry and King Stephen ordered us to kill the man.
О.
You want the truth? That's the truth. Right there.
It is not.
Ты еще жива, бабка?
Waleran is a liar.
Regan Hamley. Who is she?
I have waited long enough for this day. It is time I raise my voice. The woman, Ellen, she spoke the truth. 3 men were responsible for the death of the jongleur. James, the Prior of Kingsbridge. The Sheriff, my husband, Percy Hamley. But it was Waileron who was behind it. And only Waileron.
No!
He had heard rumors about the White Ship, about our king. He had hoped to win the king's favor by hanging an innocent man.
But it was not just me. They all knew.
Take him away.
This is for taking my husband's life.
It was Waileron.
Oh, we did it. It's over.
Yes, it's over.
Что-то музло не особо заканчивающееся.
Thank you, Lady Hamley.
This monk must learn his lesson.
The Pope would agree. This trial is not over. Philip pleaded not guilty, but he challenged the teachings and the authority of the Church. The ordeal of fire will take place. To show that the Church is not above God. To show that my brother, the King of the English, is not above God. Not we, but God shall judge this man.
This is madness!
No, he can't do this.
Philip! No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the Church, Lady Aliena. My brother, the King, and I accepted the traitor Waileron into our midst. We were fools and sinners, even if we did not know. I pray that our Lord will save Philip from these flames, for his salvation shall be a salvation for all of us sinners.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Light the pyre!
My God, there must be something we can do.
Stop this madness!
Епископ Уоллерон будет призван к суду. Вы не признались в ереси. Вам удалось очистить имя отца Джека. Элена поставила Филиппа за то, что он назвал... простила. Джонатан наконец узнал, кем был его родитель, и Филиппа приказали сжечь заживо. Итак, у нас последняя глава. 21 эпилог. Это кто? Вернитесь в Кинсбридж. Почти на месте. Какой-то новый монах идет. А быстрее ты можешь идти, дружище? Конечно, я не спорю, вид прикольный, красивый, но... Вот шел бы ты побыстрее. Брат? Не понял. Ну, это, скорее всего, брат его, Филиппа. Или это ему, типа, чудится, что такое? Приор. О, вот и он. А, это Джеймс.
Ah, Philip.
It is so good to see you, Jonathan.
Tell me, how are things at St. John in the Forest?
Francis is well.
Не понял.
That is wonderful.
Yes, he enjoys the life there.
Кого сожгли? Епископа,
You
что
look
ли?
worried, Jonathan.
Well, you have a visitor. He just arrived.
Is that not a good thing, Jonathan? Who is it?
That is just it. I wasn't sure if you wanted to see him.
Это ремики, что ли?
It has been a long time.
Ah,
Уоллерон.
yes, it has. I had to know.
Know what?
The truth is, I never saw God or the devil. Have you?
Oh Lord, deliver us from evil. Our Father, who art in heaven,
My God,
hallowed be
there
thy
must
name.
be something we can
Thy
do.
kingdom
Stop
come,
this
thy will be done on earth as it is
Are
in
you
heaven.
blind? Do you not know that a fire will burn any man, no matter who he is?
Why are you doing this?
After Wayland's words, there is doubt in their hearts about my motives, about my brothers. No words can erase that doubt, but God can. Our Lord is a cleansing fire.
Ого!
He's still alive. It's a miracle. He is among us.
Джек,
God
красавчик.
is here.
How is this possible?
It's all a matter of perspective.
We have to stop this!
No, Jack. Come.
My God.
No, but that's what they see. That's what they believe.
The water. It's dousing the flames.
Там он в воде стоит вообще.
It's a trick.
To them, it's a miracle.
The justice of our church. I believe Philip understands that now. His book will be destroyed. If you or your friends ever mention the White Ship again, I promise you will take Prior Philip's place. And God will not be as forgiving.
Their faith in you and your church is restored. I say it was worth sparing that monk's life. Promise me that Wayleran will suffer.
1175 год. 20 лет спустя.
Philip?
Yes?
Did you see God?
Нет.
Did he save you that night?
I told him. He only smiled at me. I never saw him again, as long as I lived.
Philip is back.
Philip!
О, витражные стекла. Офигеть.
Did you walk all the way? Again?
Just part of it.
Old fool.
Ellen stayed in Kingsbridge. I thought I had lost God, that he did not watch over us. But now I see him every day. He is in the good we do, in how we show our love. Jack's hands had become rough, his hair grey, but his eyes, still burned bright like hot coals.
It's good to see you.
Aliena's gaze could be as stern as her father's had been, but her heart and wit made her a leader people did not follow out of fear, but out of respect and loyalty.
Jonathan told us you had a visitor.
Just an old friend.
What do you think of this window?
Jonathan came to look more and more like his father, Tom. As Prior of Kingsbridge, he is also a builder of sorts.
I use mostly warm colours. What good are the large windows if it feels cold?
Sally is as stubborn and as gifted as her parents. It is her stained glass windows the light is falling through. She has children of her own now.
And I'd like to show you the plans for the new cloister.
Tommy will be the next master builder, and is as silent as his grandfather was. Once I heard him admonish his father to be more serious at work. Jack only smiled. He knew Tommy was right. Martha stayed in Kingsbridge as well. She was always there for every one of us.
Is the church done now?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him yourself?
Is the church done now?
It will never be done. Not in my lifetime. Not in yours.
Remember us for what we did, for who we were, and maybe for what we tried to be. And when you turn your eyes to our cathedral, maybe you will see yourself.
Мы прошли игру «Столпы земли», да. Ух, крутяк. Реально, это очень интересная игра для меня была. Просто вообще сюжет кайф. Еще и концовочка не подкачала. Супер, как я люблю. Игру мы прошли. Спасибо, что были с нами. Не забывайте подписываться на канал, комментировать видео, говорить, что понравилось, что нет. Также подписывайтесь на контакт, Twitter, Facebook. А на этом все. Всем до встречи. Всем пока.